Joy Seekers are live.
Oh yes, it's Sunday evening, and here we are yet again. It's the Drone Seekers International Sunday Live Show, and I can hear some feedback from somewhere.
Sorry.
Not me.
It ain't me.
Not here.
Sorry, me.
So we must have a fifth member somewhere. I'm not sure how they're hiding somewhere. Anyway, welcome to another of chaos and
I couldn't turn the speaker off, so I just ditched it.
welcome from either YouTube or Facebook or Twitch. I'm sure we had one viewer from Twitch last week, so if you are in Twitch, thank you very much.
You got the Twitch itch?
Right, so let's first all introduce this crowd, and down below is Jackie, and over there is Marcus, Idaho Quadcopter, and down there is young Terry.
Hiya.
Got the young Terry bit, there we are. Right, so what we've been up to this week then? So, lots of things, I think. Right, who do we start with? Well, welcome you all anyway. Thank you very much for tuning in. We've got Steve and Kim and
Brian.
Brian's up there somewhere.
Yeah.
Michael, must have forget Michael. There he was.
And Michael, he was first in.
Michael,
Hi, Michael, yes.
He's listening. He's driving.
driving. Yeah, you just listen then. Don't watch.
Oh, yeah, Kim's early tonight, isn't he?
And Kim, yes, I'll take it. Are you working tonight, Kim, or you just no? Even Brian and Mr. Essex.
Yay, Steve.
I hope he's recovered well from his operation. I'm sure he can tell us all about that. So what we've been all up to? So Marcus has been testing a few drones out. Two in particular, I think. So yeah, Marcus.
You want me to talk about that? Okay, so I just published a video on the MJX Bug 7. So, I've talked about this before. One of the things that I always try to do is I recognize that not everybody can afford a $500 or $1,000 drone. And so I look for those bargain drones that might, if somebody just wants to start with a GPS drone and kind of see how they work before they make a bigger investment. And I got to be honest with you, when you get in that sub $200 level, I've really never found one that I could recommend, really, until this Bug 7. And this Bug 7, it does not have a stabilized camera on it. So as you turn, as you move, the camera's going to tilt and so forth. But it was reasonable quality. What you didn't have in the video was a lot of jello. So it wasn't all that wiggly stuff in the video. But moreover, the drone itself was very easy to fly, very stable, very easy for a beginner to get in the air. It was really intuitive, how to do the compass calibration, how to do all the calibrations. They made it very, very user-friendly. And it didn't have a lot of range. I was not able to get more than about 150 meters. They claim like a 300-meter range, but I got out about 150 meters and lost FPV. But it did exactly what it was supposed to do. As soon as I lost that signal, it went into return home and came right back.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, which is very important for a beginner.
Yeah.
So I tested all that stuff in it, and it worked good, and it flew really well and was very stable. And Banggood currently has it for $125. So if it's somebody that just, they're looking at that Mavic Mini or better yet, that Mavic Air 2, but they don't really want to make that big outlay without knowing if it's something that they would like to do. I look at that Bug 7 as a way for them to get their feet wet. I will say this, you're not going to be satisfied with it for very long. You're going to fly it a few times, and then you're going to wish that you had more range. You're going to wish that you had more stable video, etc. But it
that's right. That's my fault. I think, to be honest, I think that's what everyone should do, because the thing is, people don't. The Mavic Mini, a brilliant drone, but even at the price it is, it's still an expensive drone for what is. It's for what we talk about, £400 ish.
Yeah. So the other thing about this MJX is you can also put it into ADDI mode. It's got a switch on the side of the controller. You can turn off GPS and practice flying without GPS.
Stop that.
Yeah.
It flies off into the sea.
You can do that anyway, Gary, can't you?
Well,
I think actually on the Spark meant something else, Jackie. I think he said actually on
I think there was more going on with that Spark than just ADDI mode.
It's as I say. I mean, I think it's if anyone wants to see the video, and if you look on Marcus's channel, you can see that on the I Know Quadcopter. You'll see the whole video of it, and you'll see what Marcus is talking about. And it is a little drone, and and it looks quite solid. Would you say, Marcus?
Yeah. So it looks like a quality piece, and it feels like a quality piece. It doesn't feel like a toy.
No.
And it's 245 grams, so it's under that 249 gram. So you don't, at least here in the United States or in Canada, you don't have to register it or anything. You can just go out to your park and fly it, which is another positive thing about it. I also wanted to add, it does have an optical flow sensor at the bottom. So even if you're flying it in ADDI mode, it will help it know where it's at and hold its position in space, as long as it's low to the ground. Those optical flow sensors, I don't know if any of them work above 10 or 20 meters or so. It's too far up for that optical flow to work. But just interesting for a little, I
look like you had fun with it anyway.
Yeah. You know what? That's exactly right, Jackie. I had fun flying it. Yeah.
So,
yep.
Hi, Russell. Was that the one that you flew on the side of the river, Marcus?
No. So if the river flight I recently did was the Mavic Mini.
That was a really, really good one. I enjoyed that.
Good location, wasn't it?
Nice sight,
I must admit, he's a good little drone. Isn't it? I mean, it's just, but as I say, we were saying about recalibrate the sensors.
No.
He mentions that. I have never calibrated the sensors on any of my when we're talking about sensors, we're talking about the optical sensors. But I was talking to Lauren Donauer about that the other day, and he said you should do that once in a while, and you have to do it with the DJI Assistant on your computer.
I'm sure I had this in Spain, and I remember you saying I had to sit sort of holding the drone and sort of go around the edge of the screen.
That's exactly right. You point it towards your screen.
Yeah, that's a very.
I did that the other day. I did that on mine. The other day.
Hello.
I did a full calibration.
So, Terry, I understand it's pretty easy. Was it fairly easy to do?
It was simple. It was very simple. I did a compass calibration, on the smart controller, and all of the calibrations on the Zoom. Because I found Jackie and I were out the other day, and it was moving. It wasn't stable at all.
Oh, it was weird because it was just going round in a circle. It was
round in a circle.
In the same direction. It was doing a perfect circle instead of hovering dead still. Very odd.
Not a big circle. It was small, wasn't it? And then when it did the RTH, it missed the pad by, I don't know, a foot. And generally,
probably more than that.
I can say, yeah.
That's 3 foot.
Yeah.
Yes, a DJI Assistant. It's a very strange thing to have to do. I remember having to. I remember they said I could do it without the DJI Assist, and I tried it, and it did not work. I know. So bringing it in, but it was a weird thing to have to do. But it was that was on my Mavic Pro. That was
There's Robin.
Hi, Robin.
Hey, Robin. Hey, so you want me to tell my Hubsan Xeno 2 story?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh, that darn thing. So I went out to Lucky Peak Reservoir, and I took the 2 FEMIs and the Xeno 2 to compare video on them all. And I I took off with the Xeno 2. I got way out over the lake, and the screen just went blank. Went completely dark.
By drone.
Well,
I'm going home.
the thing is, well, that's exactly what I did. I hit RTH, but I still had telemetry, so I could have brought it back either way. Well, one thing, I knew where it was, but secondly, I still had telemetry on the screen. It just was the FPV that went blank.
All right. Oh, okay.
Anyway, so I brought it in, and I got it was a message on there that said the SD card wasn't fast enough. Well, it's the same SD card I've used in it since it was new, but I had another SD card with me. Well, first I just recycled everything, and it did it again. And then I got another SD card and put it in there, and it did it again. Those Xeno 2s are notorious for the ribbon cable from the gimbal to the drone going bad.
Oh, really?
So knowing that, I had preemptively ordered a new ribbon cable, so I had one.
Right.
So I got home the next day, and I was nervous as a cat trying to put that ribbon. I'm just not good at those kind of things.
Yeah.
But I was able to remove the gimbal.
Should send it to Steve.
Steve would not have had a problem with it. There was no soldering involved, thank goodness. Honey, where's my hammer?
It's just a fiddly job which you have to sort of go very, very slow for you.
And methodical, and I need glasses to see what I'm doing. But in any case, I was able to get it done. I took it out and tested it again, and it flew for about 5 minutes, and I got the same error and the same blank screen.
So what is it?
Well, I'll tell you what I did. It gave me that SD card error with the same Samsung U3 high-speed card I'd always used in it. I had another SanDisk. I can't remember what. Well, here I'll tell you what they call it. It's the SanDisk Extreme Pro.
Yeah.
That's got a write speed of 90 megabits per second. So
I don't think they get much better than that.
Yeah, and in fact, after I ordered a couple more just so that I can just start using those in all of my.
You got off eBay, did you, Marcus?
Pardon me?
You didn't get off eBay to one insurance, did you?
I know. Amazon. Yeah. That cured it. It worked fine. What was odd is that I'd had that other card in it since it was new without a problem, and why all of a sudden I don't know.
I'll take it you tried. Well, it's pretty obvious to say, but I'm taking you did try formatting the card.
Oh, of course, and not only that, Steve. More importantly, formatting it within the drone.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So,
that's weird, isn't it?
I have had an SD card where I ended up throwing, and it was a reputable disc. It just would not format. It just wouldn't. I ended up throwing it in the bin. It was sad because it was about 25 quid worth of trapping.
Oh.
But yeah, so there we are. So anyone's got a problem like that? Did you see? I don't know if you saw this, Marcus. Did you read that?
I just read it just now. Send a thank you out to Kim. Thank you, that Kim. That's awesome. That's great. Thank you so much.
No, it's in the wrong voice, that Marcus. It should have been thank you, Kim.
So very much.
Thank you so very, very much.
King of Idaho. King of Idaho.
Brian, King of Idaho. Yeah.
King of Idaho.
I call Brian Sir Brian of Mooresville. He lives in Mooresville, Pennsylvania, so I call him Sir Brian of Mooresville.
Wow, what a title.
So Jackie's had some fun this week as well.
Yeah, but it didn't involve drones. It involved.
He wasn't in drones. It could have involved drones, but.
I rescued a goat on Friday, and today I rescued a cat. So it's been a weird week.
Yes. So you saw Jackie Dodo's Jasper.
Yeah.
So Jackie, did that cat? I watched your little looked at your pictures that you took. So he didn't have a collar or any kind of tag or anything.
No, but he was quite fat and well fed looking. So we
Yeah.
think he wasn't a feral cat. We're hoping that he was a cat on the resort. But I mean, he shot off on 3 legs, and so hopefully he made it home after we released him from the fence.
Jackie, Jack, did you want a recipe for goat curry?
No, can't eat with Mr. Goat.
I love goat curry.
Yeah,
Can't make
tell you what, talking of goats, right? This goat anyway. I came out the shop and there was a goat in the street. This is Spain. This is what happens. So anyway, I thought I can't leave him there. You know, he's panting away. He looked thirsty or whatever, or a bit distressed. So I thought, what shall I do? I'll call my friend. She didn't know what to do, so I hung up on her and I called the police. And in my best Spanish, which is not great at best, I said, and I didn't know the word for goat, so I just said, "There's an animal in the street." All right. Anyway, so I managed to say there's an animal in the street, and then the guy said something back to me that I didn't understand. So then I panicked, and I said, "Don't worry, it's not urgent. I'll go in the shop," which is all I could manage in Spanish. So then I hung up. All right, so I went in the shop, and then the Costco staff come out, and then we started chasing the goat because he was running towards the street. So we chased him back into a safer bit of by the shop, and then a police car came along, crawling slowly along. So I waved them down and pointed to the goat and said, "Animal, animal." and they said, "Oh, okay, gracias," and then they drove off. But I didn't tell the police where I was. Yet within 5 minutes they were there. So I tell you, they home in, don't they, on your mobile phone?
Yeah,
they know.
totally.
I bet they should come along to make sure that goat was wearing a mask and thought he was wearing a mask.
Or maybe they didn't know what animal it was. Maybe they thought they had a lion escaped from a zoo or something and thought they better check. And then they just saw it was a goat, and I guess they drove off. But
A goat didn't rise to that emergency level.
no, I guess not. Poor Mr. Goat. I hope he's all right.
It's come under the definition and under the Road Traffic Act of an animal. There's certain animals which come under the Road Traffic Act, and if those animals get involved in an accident, it has to be reported to the police.
Well, that's right.
That's what we were worried about, him running out in the street.
And in fact, a goat does.
Oh, well, he would cause an accident, wouldn't he, if he went out in the main road?
But there's some animals that well, like horses and and cattle. I suppose there's certain animals that are protected as well, of course, isn't there? So,
Yeah,
well, in the UK, we used to have a dog license.
That's right.
But
Yeah.
now you don't have a dog license. No, it doesn't matter.
and wasn't it if you hit a dog, you had to report it? But if
Yeah.
you hit a cat, you didn't, or something?
I don't
With
think
a cat, you didn't. And with a deer, you didn't with a deer.
no.
Yeah.
And that was good fun for us for a deer.
But didn't they say years ago? I'm sure I remember telling a story once about that. If you hit a deer, and obviously if you kill it, you're not allowed to actually pick the deer up and put it in your boot, thinking a bit of venison here and take it away. But however, if the car behind comes up, they're allowed to.
Well, I know that's true with pheasants. I didn't know about deers, but I know that's the principle on pheasants.
Well, the pheasant belongs to the landowner.
Yeah.
Wow. So are you guys familiar with the term free range?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what in the U.S. If you see a sign that said free range, that means that there can be cattle, sheep, whatever can go across the border at any time. And if you're in your automobile and you hit one, it's your fault, and you have to pay the rancher or whoever
Oh,
for the dead cow.
loss of their
Yeah.
animal.
Yeah.
Oh, blimey.
No, our free range is
Just
just taking you around without a fence.
There's a question on here from tourists who try to find portraits. Anyone else have read errors on DJI Mavic Air 2? Tried everything, was still getting read errors when I put the micro SD card in the computer.
I've never had that problem.
think you're getting the read errors from the card.
I wonder if that's the same where you turn the drone off before you turn off the recording.
I've done that many a time, though. I have.
Yeah, but I've done that and I found that it won't read. It doesn't finalize the
It doesn't close it out.
File, yeah.
it doesn't close it up properly. That may be the case. I don't know.
So it may be well. I mean, if you know, just obviously when you just stop recording, or well, videos stop recording, it may be that. So yeah, who knows?
I did find a
There's
website.
a cure for that. If you, on your Mavic Mini or your Mavic Air 2, if that happens to you and you have a corrupted file, simply put that SD card back in the drone, turn it on, start a recording,
And then turn it
stop
off.
that recording, and it will close out both files then. And then
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah,
but
And
really
if that fails, there's a website you can send it off to, and they do something.
Right, it says
Are
only taking
you taking those photos in JPEG or in RAW? Can you do RAW with the Mavic Air 2?
Yeah, I think all the thought so, wouldn't you, Marcus?
yeah, I'm trying to remember what they call it in DJI speak, DNG or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah.
a DNG file, which is
Yeah.
a RAW file.
Yeah. So it could be an issue with the computer reading the file too, right? It could be that you don't have the right codec on your picture viewer that reads the file. So there's so many things that could be that it's kind of tough to say.
DNG file.
Yeah.
If you are watching on Facebook, if you can, well, you don't have to, but obviously if you can put a name, because you just come up as Facebook user, we don't know who you are, but it doesn't matter. We'll still speak to you anyway. We just call you Facebook user.
We'll call you FU.
Yeah.
Go on Facebook and see who it is.
Hi, FU.
Anyway, I've decided what we're going to do in the coming week or so. We're going to start featuring people's videos. So,
It's Chad.
and
Chad's voice.
Chad. Chad.
There's
Hi, Chad.
Hey, Chad
I'll
just
put
got
Facebook
an
up there, look,
amazing video.
Just see, Jackie knows.
And there's Ryan from RD's Drone.
YouTube on this one. Facebook on this one.
I can't be asked. All this window here.
I've only got the one because I interfere with it otherwise.
If you.
Oh, FU, hi.
Again.
Hey,
Sorry.
by the way, I need to tell Chad B. Chad, when I was replacing the ribbon cable on my Xeno 2, I went straight to your video to see how to do it. Chad B put out a great video on how to replace that cable.
Yeah, just
Cool.
it's easy getting the old one out, Mark, because putting the new one in is always the
There you go. Especially when you got the shakes.
Yeah, I've got the new one here. When all the rest of the bits and pieces turn up, so I can try and prepare it. I mean, it's like a bootlace. I've got to thread through a maze.
Yeah.
Honestly, but nothing related to my last question. But has anyone tried switching off the sensors on any drone and noticed how smooth it handles?
I haven't noticed any difference in how it handles, but I've done that many times when I want to fly it in close to something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that many times.
All right, so that's interesting. I don't know if I've turned the sensors off, to be fair, because I wouldn't trust them.
In fact, Steve, I actually bound one of my hot buttons on the controller to just turn them off at will.
Will you turn all of them off at once? And you turn them all off?
You can turn them all off.
Talking of controllers, I've got a question. We found, didn't we, Terry, that my return to home button works on the screen, but not on the controller.
You're not holding it down long enough.
That's right. Yeah,
Remember, when I
Gina
said
came up with the answer,
hold it
didn't she?
longer. Yeah.
Right.
I
So
just-
hold it down longer.
Yeah, I did this once. I just literally just pressed it and thought, stop
It
doing
just
it.
makes a bleep, doesn't it? And nothing happens.
So I was
You
in
have to wait for a
press it down
continual.
for about 1 or 2 seconds, just hold it down, and also
Right.
to bleep.
Okay. I'll try that next time I go out. I remember now.
You just
I
don't-
wonder why Jura's, it's only with the Air 2 that he's getting a problem, and he's saying that he's got all PCs. I wonder if that.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. I'll tell you the first thing I'd do. It'd be maybe to try a different SD card, right? Could be.
Yeah. Or alternatively, I mean,
Or
you know,
USB card.
try it on someone else's PC, but not really. If you've got all PCs, as in plural, more than one, it's very unlikely to be the same on. It's got to be the card. Sure.
Yeah, it's not a codec issue. It's something else. It's it could be the card. Yeah, I mean, it just so many things that could be.
Can you plug the Mini Air straight into the computer and then drop the file from that?
Well, you must be able to because it has onboard. Yeah, you can because it does have onboard memory too that you can use. So yeah, I've never done it, but yeah,
It'd be worth trying that rather than plugging the SD card into the computer.
yeah.
Connect the drone to the computer and try dropping it out that way.
Oh yeah, try that.
Possibly.
Yeah. I must. I haven't had problems with SD cards. Well, I probably will now when I've said that.
Yeah, talk to yourself.
If anyone's interested, with Terry very kindly had some face masks manufactured, and we thought we'd sort of have see what was any interest in them. Don't matter where you are.
So it's interesting to see an ex-cop put on a face mask.
Yeah, look, there we are. Look, and look.
Just like a bandit.
The nice little Drone Seekers logo on there as well. So
I go in the bank like this, Marcus.
So you could use it for robbing banks and whatever. Don't tell Terry. But I recommend, obviously, this day and age, we all have to wait. Where I shouldn't call them masks. I don't call them face coverings. That's what they are. So,
Yes.
if there is any interest, we will put an advert on the Facebook page. And if you've got any interest, let us know. And we're going to take pre-orders for them. So, yeah, okay. Well, there we are. We've said it now, and we'll await your reply.
Yeah.
There we are. Right, Brian's got a question on here. I had a fault on my Mavic 2 Zoom today. All the batteries come up with error message, battery damage. When I go home, everything was okay. It doesn't like Scotland.
Say Scotland, it wouldn't be heat. Perhaps it's the cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the rain. I've never heard of that.
No.
But that could be just comes right down to a reboot sometimes, right? If some software didn't load correctly when you booted it up or something, it's possible. That would be.
Well, you could be right, Marcus. I mean, the thing is, when you're loading that software, I don't think you actually realise. But people take it for granted. It's just a program. But the thing is, there's lots and lots of little bits of data all going in there, and we've all had it where we've loaded it up and you think, funny, it's not working, and you just shut it all down, reboot it.
Oh, yeah.
And
That's the first thing IT support says, isn't it?
Yeah,
Turn it off and on again.
Turning it off and turning it on again.
Just a quick reply to him saying about having the logo on both sides on the mask. That would have cost double.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that I looked at, to be honest with you, but I think it might be just a little bit too much with sort of one on each side. I don't know, but
Yeah.
so if anyone's got any interest,
It's stylish just having it on one side.
yeah,
Yeah.
Drone Seekers, and why not? Just feel free to just let us know if you're interested. We won't twist your arm too much, will we, Terry? Well, as I was saying earlier on, I've been sort of looking around and seeing some of the videos that are actually put on the Facebook group, and I must admit there are some pretty impressive videos on there. Mark's with informative ones, Jackie with funny, and but there's a whole mixture of them. And I keep thinking, I think we're going to try and have a featured video every week. We won't show the whole video because some of them are very long. But I found this one.
Why were you looking at me when you said that?
No, what I mean, Mark, I won't say that in a rock. It's too long. I don't mind showing a video that's half an hour long. Why not? It'll give us something to watch. But the thing is, it's the constraints of this little setup here. Hello, it's freezing on me again.
Oh, excellent.
right, I shall, on that note, I shall run this video. Kim wants a mask. Right. Yeah, this is what I found here. We'll start watching it.
Well, that was
Brilliant, eh?
That was beautiful.
I watched that this morning. It was one of our sort of newest members of
Yeah, I
Drone
watched it
Seekers Facebook.
yesterday. It's really good, isn't it?
And I just watched the video and thought, wow, you know, there's some videos you just think, wow, you know, what, I mean, I know you saw it, Jackie, so I saw your comments on it, and it must be, it was rather, so yeah.
Hello, Jackie's gone.
Bye-bye, Jackie.
Gone. Jackie's gone.
There's
No.
only half of Terry.
Terry, I can't see you now, where are I?
Half of me. There we are.
What happened?
There you go.
I didn't check anything, I promise.
So it just goes to show this show is actually live. You couldn't record it, could you? You should go, no, take two. Jackie, don't run away.
What did I miss?
Oh, we just spoke.
Oh, did we have a chat about you? Oh,
Well, boy, you should have heard what we said.
oh
All in about 5 seconds, you disappeared. Anyway, so there's the link there for the Bug 7 video. If anyone wants to watch that,
Cool.
I'm sure they will, because it's worth a watch. It really is good.
It must be about 20 past 9. Oh, look, it's 9:30. Yeah, we have a 1 second power cut here twice a day lately.
Oh, really?
I guess that was it. I don't know why.
I reckon your power cables.
You haven't paid the bill.
No, it's the whole resort. It's
And they suddenly realised, oh, yes, put it back on again.
I was surprised, Jackie, at the number of swimming pools that you've got to use.
Yep,
yes.
16.
16.
Jackie went swimming in all 16 pools in
In
one.
one afternoon.
How long? What period of time, Jackie? What, a couple of hours or?
Took 3.5 hours.
I bet you look like a right prune when you come out.
Me and my mate, we did like a 10-minute swim in each pool, so did a length or two, and then we didn't think it was going to take that long, and then suddenly we realised that, oh my god, we got to get a wriggle on, otherwise it's going to get dark.
Well, it was very creative. I mean, I loved each picture, and each pool was a little bit different.
Oh yeah, they're all unique.
Yeah, I mean, and that what people don't understand, Jackie, you need to get credit for this, is to be that creative takes some thought and takes some.
Mhm.
It was really good, really good.
But only
But
Jackie
they
can do that.
I had no plan to do that. We just was taking photos, and I got my little relive going to see how many miles we did, and then I thought that was such a fun afternoon. I'm going to make a little slideshow of that, so that's what I did.
That was good.
That's good. Really good.
Subscribe to Jackie's channel. Well,
Yeah, you'll get some random stuff, but you know.
Jackie, put your channel up. For those who haven't seen Jackie's channel, please go there and please watch it, because it's you won't regret it. You don't have to like it. You won't have to like and subscribe, but she knows you've been on there, but any comments will be after you.
Yeah. On my channel that through this I've had another 2 people subscribe.
Yay!
It's going up.
Terry.
You know why, Terry? Because they think that every one of them videos on there, all Terry's joke of the week.
You know what?
All Terry's joke of the week. You mean the whole?
hey, Jackie, I'm going to put your link up. I got it.
Yeah, that's it. Put it up there.
Working on it.
Brian was saying, by the way, he said he had been flying all morning when he had that problem. You know, we were talking earlier about the where are we? Oh,
Facebook user. Hiya.
yeah,
It's I don't know how to pronounce his name, but it's Andrew Zedge. Do you know how to pronounce it? I'll type it. Hold on.
yeah. That's it.
Andy.
Andy.
I'm Andy from Andy from Drone UK. Hi, Andy
Yeah,
from Drone UK.
That's it. That's it. I was just trying to type it. I'll give up.
I know it is Andy from Drone UK. Right.
Okay. Hey, I just put the link to Jackie's channel in the chat. Do yourself a favor, subscribe. You will be very entertained.
Yep. There we are. Go there now. No, not
Yes.
Like,
Get about-
go there later.
I hit it now, aren't we?
it doesn't close. Facebook user.
That's Andy.
That's Andy again.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andy. Marvin. Right, so what else we got? Oh yeah, there was something I was going to do this week. I remember now. We've been planning this for a few weeks actually. So should we do some now? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Jack. Innit?
Yeah, I got a feeling. You want to ask me some questions, don't you?
I do, but first of all, now Jackie, as we were saying earlier on, Jackie does some very creative
Weird shit.
Hello. That's right. I'm seeing how delayed my video is anyway. Stupid bipike. Anyway, this is Jackie with one of her magic tricks. Right.
How did Jackie do that? Right, Terry, go first. Have a guess.
How did you do that?
Yeah.
You did a second video channel on top of your on your broadcast on your edit suite, and you'd move the ball around on that. No,
Not quite, no.
almost.
I got this.
Go on,
I-
Marcus.
Yeah, I got it. You know, we have remote control drones. You've got a remote
Remote control orange.
and you just move that orange up with the remote control, and it just hovers around, and yeah.
Yeah, so you filled the orange, and then that's your second channel on the edit suite.
Well, no. She was filming. Craig was doing the orange with the.
No one else involved. It's me, the cat, and the orange.
The cat's a puppet.
So anyone watching want to, before I get Jackie to reveal, does anyone want to have a guess? Because I must admit, I don't know. I really don't. It's Jackie's trade secrets. Ron, what do you reckon?
A broomstick with a ball on the end.
No, there's no strings in that. No wires. No.
Right. Okay.
On Facebook.
Okay. Go on in, Jackie.
I'll reveal it, right. First of all, it's in reverse, right? So first of all, the cat reaches up into the tree and tries to back the orange, right? But I've played that at the end, obviously. And then all I did was in Photoshop, I took a screenshot of the cat, and the orange, cut out the orange and did it as an overlay in iMovie, and then just moved the orange around, kind of where the cat was looking, because if you play it again, you'll see the cat is looking at something, but he's actually looking at a car going past. But I put the orange in the way to make it look like he was following the orange.
Okay.
And then I played him reaching for the orange at the end in reverse.
So cool.
That again then. So there we are. That is how Jim said, can we have a clue? Yeah, I like Mark's idea. It was a flying orange. All Jackie had to do is colour out the propellers.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So
Next one.
Yeah, next one. Right, okay.
Oh, jeez. Okay, it's Craig again, and he has a remote control little chunk of cereal, and he's flying it around while Jackie's filming.
No remote control honey puffs. No.
DJ Mandarin 7 Zoo.
Put it on Photoshop.
Zoom, I love it.
I think it was a Rice Krispie on a bit of string. Jackie got the idea from the Thunderbird.
Yeah.
I'll give in.
Right, same thing again. I filmed myself pouring the honey puffs into the bowl. I then just froze a frame that had a nice honey puff in it. Cut out the honey puff in Photoshop, laid it as an overlay again, and just, then I flicked mid-air because I knew what I was going to do. And then obviously I put the honey puff in the right place to make it look like I was flicking it.
Can I make a suggestion, Jackie?
Yeah.
Get out a bit more often.
I couldn't. It was locked down.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I've got something good for us though on next Monday when we go out. There's a couple of things I want you to do.
All right. Okay. I'm up for it, whatever it is.
That'll be fun because we're up high, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been thinking about this one.
Bound to be climb something. I'm up for that.
Right. Are we ready for the next one? You like? I like this one. Jackie,
Cool.
Jackie, lots of drones.
You've taken six screenshots.
Yeah.
And you've laid them down. Then the last one, then you start to bring them all together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Kind of. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So as the drone. So was that done in reverse, then, Jackie? Or
No.
I wouldn't need to because you've flown it across and you've.
I've flown it across.
Right.
Took the screenshots as it's come across. Then I've overlaid all the screenshots, but cut out just the drones. So the drones are laid out. And then I've done like 9 different screenshots with a drone missing from each one at the point at which the film underneath hits it. So it looks like it collects them on the way.
So of course, one thing no one's asked. I mean, how long would that take you to do that? Just that bit there.
That bit there probably took about. Well, the thing is, I've got a big background in Photoshop because I was a graphic artist for decades. So that took 40 minutes, half hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, but even so, 40 minutes, I mean, that'd probably take me about 40 weeks. Got some comments on it. Just.
Hey, awesome, Ray. The full video for all these little bits.
Worthy Brian says, I'm quite agree.
The full video, Ray, is called Glitch. It's about 8 movies ago.
Yeah, I asked Jackie.
All kidding aside, seriously, Jackie, when I saw that video, I thought to myself, this is going to be the one that goes viral that'll just explode Jackie's channel.
Yeah, it's only had like 300 views, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's going to get a few more now. What's it called again? It's Jackie's channel.
Glitch.
Glitch.
This particular video is called Glitch. Please watch it because it features all this.
Not itch.
No.
Glitch. Magnets.
I got the putting green.
I did have an extra pair of hands in this one. Craig did help me with this one.
Well, did he have to roll the ball the other way?
Yeah, what it is it's 3 shots. One I hit crooked, one I hit straight, and then I stayed there and I got Craig to lob the ball across the middle. And then obviously I joined them all together in the editing so that it crooked, across, and then straight.
But the last one, this one has to be. I think this one actually is my favourite one.
Magic.
That's what Jackie did that. Magic.
Yeah.
I know how Jackie
really quick at decorating. There's no trickery there.
Jackie painted she got some new cushions. And then she painted them all, and she got some new clock. See, that would have taken about 10 minutes to do that.
You substituted colour.
Yeah.
Sort of. I just in Photoshop again, I froze the bits I wanted. Because if you notice, I don't walk in front of the bits that I'm changing colour. So I stayed out of the way.
Right.
Took a screenshot, lassoed the bit I wanted to change colours. First of all, the cushions.
Yeah.
Just changed the colours in the drop-down menus for hue and saturation.
Yeah.
And then I did the same again with the sofas. And then, of course, I laid the overlays on when I touched it. So it looks like I've got magic fingers.
But there you go. Don't worry,
so that's what I did in lockdown. What did everyone else do?
Cooked and ate and drank and slept.
Video Glitch, which can be found on her YouTube channel. So please go and look at it and subscribe. And we'll have more in the near future, no doubt.
I am going to link that very video here.
Yeah, do that. So Marcus can put a link on there. So please, after the show, go and watch it. So like and subscribe. Hit that bell. And every time Jackie posts another video on there, which is about once every day, I think.
What's the fortnight?
Yeah,
I won't bombard you, people.
Right. Okay. So it's come to that time of the day because it's now 49 minutes and 50 minutes, 50 seconds. Right, here we are.
And now it's time for Terry's Joke of the Week.
Now, I've got to thank Steve for this one. Archaeology in the Negev desert, digging away, and he comes across this fantastic mummy, absolutely superb. Now he lifts up the top of the container. Forgot what they call them now. Lifts it up.
Sarcophagus.
A sarcophagus. That's the one. And he sees this mummy in it, and he recognises it straight away. He's had a heart attack. Now, how on earth did he recognise this? Mummy had a heart attack. So they send this mummy, complete with a sarcophagus, to Tel Aviv, to the Institute of Archaeology and Forensic Research. And the professor, he leaves a note with it, and he says, we found this 3,000-year-old mummy, 3,000-year-old, died of heart attack. And the professor looked at it, he said, well, how does he know it died of heart attack? Anyway, does all of the forensics on it, everything. And he sent a note back, and he said, all of your findings, he said, absolutely correct. Carbon dated, takes it back to 3000 BC. We cannot understand how you are able to deduce he had a heart attack without all of the scientific equipment that we've got. He said, oh, it's easy. He said he had a little note in his hand, and it was a betting slip saying 10,000 shekels on Goliath to win.
Terry's Joke of the Week.
Yay!
All right.
There we
Very
are.
good. Very good.
Cut it short a bit.
Where's
Because
Jeannie? I bet Jeannie liked that one.
Yeah, Jeannie, you here?
No.
Jeannie's not here, is she?
I
Yes.
haven't seen Jeannie today.
No, Jeannie, no.
She'll watch it though. She'll say, "Hmm,
Oh yeah.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
Thumbs up.
yeah." Thumbs up.
So if anyone, Ray, Ray's got a thumbs up here. Very cool.
Ray Kelly is from New York, and he puts out some pretty good videos too. He just put out a video of you know how our friend Ron Brown does the giant elephant?
Yep.
Ray did one of a giant duck.
Oh, all right. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll go and check that out then.
Hmm.
Duck.
Just a quick note: if anybody does want masks, can they give your order to Steve, please?
Yes, if anyone wants the mask, I don't know if anyone in here who hadn't seen the mask, but Jackie's you're gonna do an advert, please, Jackie. I mean, so we're gonna take orders for these masks. I mean, if there's enough interest, so what we'll do, obviously, because they're gonna come over from Spain, so we need to get orders, pre-orders. We'll get them over, and then we'll distribute them from wherever. It's probably easier for me to do it in the UK than it is for Terry to do it in Spain, I guess, isn't it, Terry?
Well, it would be, yeah, because otherwise it's a bit of a trek to get to the post office.
Yeah, just drop us a PM on Facebook or whatever. Just let us know. But we're going to put an advert on there anyway. So obviously, you know, we'll need the money up front, of course, because we don't know cancellations.
And it's unfortunately it's in euros, but it's €7.50.
Yeah. So we'll work out what that is in. That's about £10 in English, I think. Maths has never been my strong point. But no, if anyone wants it, just let us know. So Kim's got interest. All right, Kim.
Aha.
We'll look at that.
I'll check that out
Kelly's
later.
giant duck.
Yeah.
I bet it's quackers.
The Spanish drone seekers are going out to we're going out to an old artillery site, which is right up on the peninsula overlooking Cartagena,
Okay.
and a big oil processing plant, which we've got to be careful of. But you've got fantastic views towards the entrance of Cartagena harbour and across to the guns at Matharon. So it should be quite good.
Is,
Yeah.
is there not flight restrictions out there, Terry? 'Cause when I was flying at the guns, there was some flight restrictions. I don't know if that further. You're going further north than that, I take it.
No, we've checked that out on UAV. There's no restrictions there. Sean's flown there, one of our members, as has Stephen Deere. They've
Yeah.
flown there. But yeah, you have to be careful, obviously, of the oil refinery, which they won't want you flying over that.
Yeah.
I
Um,
think
Just
we've
stick around the castle, can't we?
got
Yeah.
a new. I think I've welcomed a new drone seeker, Barry. Barry's going to be joining.
Yes, Barry's coming as well.
he's
Yeah.
coming. Where does he live?
He's got a 2.5-hour drive.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trek for him, but
He's
he's
dedicated.
going to do it. Hope he's going to
Yeah,
do
but
it.
no, the only reason he's coming, Mark, is because he wants a full English
Wow.
breakfast.
Ah,
We can do that.
I'm disappointed. It's very Spanish around there.
Right,
isn't it?
Barry, you'll probably come out of the Spanish drone seekers account.
hey, for you, what? So what is a full English breakfast? What would that include, Terry?
Egg,
Bacon,
sausage, fried bread,
mushrooms,
tomato,
baked beans,
mushrooms, beans,
toast,
toast,
hash
Okay.
browns.
cup of tea.
Okay, the only one of all of that group that I would say that you wouldn't see here in the United States is beans.
Oh,
Your Heinz baked beans.
we've got to have beans.
I like
haven't we?
baked beans. I just never thought about them for breakfast.
Oh yeah. Oh, now I've got a wonderful story.
Not being funny, Mark. 'Cause what would you do with baked? You know,
You know,
I was going to say, what would you do with baked beans? Well, what would you add baked beans with traditionally?
So in the U.S., it would be something you would put with a barbecue. In other words, you'd barbecue some hamburgers, have baked beans with them. Yep.
but we
I've never had baked beans at barbecue.
No,
What
certainly
happens over here?
we had an early morning film. We were doing the sunrise down at Cabo de Palos, and Robin and his girlfriend Marisol, she's Spanish, and we'd arranged to go for breakfast at her brother's restaurant. Now they're
Typical Spanish restaurant.
Spanish restaurant, absolutely, fabulous place to go.
Yeah.
But we did a full English breakfast, and of course, being Spanish, they weren't really sure. So Robin had gone out and he'd bought everything, hadn't he?
Yeah.
Fabulous breakfast.
Yeah, and
They
they
came
took
out
it
with a tin of
to
beans.
perfection.
Yeah, and they had this tin of beans and said, "What do we do with these?" We had to-
you should have said a million housewives every day pick up a tin of beans and say,
beans, Heinz.
for those that was a Heinz baked beans advert, by the way, Marcus.
Well, I did get. You did send me the Mashers ad the other day.
Yeah,
Oh.
mashed potato.
Mashed potatoes. Yes. Yeah.
Smash, get smash.
Yeah. You're gonna make an Englishman out of me yet.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, funny enough, I actually watched Bill and Ted's. The latest Bill and Ted. They haven't done a film for a long while. It was a Bill and Ted's film.
Yeah, that's
And
excellent.
in one part of it,
Excellent Adventure, or whatever.
Something
Great
like
Adventure, Excellent Adventure.
it's a strange film, but it's just still entertaining to watch. Just something funny to watch. It's a bit mad, but yeah. But they one part of it, they meet their older selves, and they've turned English.
that. Really? It's a bit random.
The original movie was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Bangers and mash with onion.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so what exactly is bangers and mash? So bangers are sausages, right?
Sausages.
Yep.
Mash.
Mashed potato.
Oh, okay.
And then they're stuck in like that, so they're all sticking up with loads
Yep.
of onion gravy on the top.
Yes, it's got to be onion gravy.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Sounds damn good.
Have to stick up.
Yeah.
with loads of brown sauce,
Brown sauce, of course. Yeah.
brine sauce.
Brown sauce.
Love our brine sauce.
You're talking my language now, man. Oof.
Very warning you for when you come over.
And you can use Smash if you want to
If you
cheat.
can find it.
I've got loads of Smash in the cupboard. I love it. I am obsessed with the stuff. Every time I go shopping, I will say, "We don't need any more mash. We don't. Yeah, we just just in case we run out."
Yeah.
I've been in the shops for like this. and run out before we are.
Don't you? I bet you have smashed sandwiches.
That's a good idea. So I've never tried.
So
Good
let me
idea.
ask you: is this uniquely American, or would you? So sometimes for breakfast, we'll have what they call mashed potato pancakes, where you
Yeah.
just take the smashed potatoes and you just grill them like a pancake, so it's
Right.
crispy on the outside, but mashed potato on the inside.
Whoa, sounds
We do
nice.
that often. And Jim's just come up. What about toad in the hole?
Oh, Toad in the Hole. Mark,
Oh.
what do you think Toad in the Hole is?
Oh,
Yeah, do you know what that is, Marcus?
I have no.
toad in the hole.
It's the only
Do you want
place
to-
Mark,
do you-
Toad in the Hole.
Yorkshire pudding.
What is toad in the hole? You got to tell me.
I'm just trying to think, do you know what Yorkshire pudding is? Yorkshire pudding. Do you know what Yorkshire pudding is?
If you don't eat your meat, you can't have your pudding.
Now you get sausages, which you fry off partially, and then you put them into a big hot baking tray with some hot fat in it, and then pour in Yorkshire pudding mix.
It's a batter mix. It's like a pancake mix.
Yeah,
Because the thing with pancake mix, you can make Yorkshire puddings out of it, or you can make pancakes out of it. One's savoury, one's sweet. It's a weird concept, isn't it? But it's- we'll send you the recipe.
Yeah, I'll try it.
4 ounces,
Try it before next week.
4
We'll see.
ounces of plain flour, 2 eggs, and half a pint of milk. There we are. That makes
Any
pancakes.
that we can confuse Marcus with.
Bubble and squeak.
Bubble and squeeze. Give it,
You know
give it,
what
to him, Jack. Give it to him. Straight down the middle.
Fried vegetables, basically.
When you've had your roast dinner on a Sunday, when you've had your roast beef, Brussels sprouts, roast potatoes, Yorkshire pudding, generally you get potatoes and greens left, the green stuff. So you chop that all up, fry off some onion, and then you mix it all together and fry it into a pancake, a thick, thick pancake. And then you put that on your plate with a couple of eggs on top, loads and loads of tomato sauce, 4 slices of bread and butter, a great big mug of tea, and then you sit there in the cab of your lorry and eat it.
That
Yeah.
that actually sounds pretty good.
It's lovely.
Yeah, no, that actually sounded good to me.
It is absolutely
It just reminds me of when someone's emptied the wheelie bin.
I say you sit in your truck and eat it because it's so that you get a roadside cafe.
So
Yeah.
so what we would call that in the United States is truck stop food.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bubble and squeak.
it is. The truck food is the full English breakfast.
So here's the thing. Perhaps we should have recipe of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Jackie. No, Mark,
Listen, I know this has been nothing to do with drones, but it's sure been entertaining for me.
We've had it all tonight, haven't we? We've had recipes, we've had jokes, we've had goats.
And cats. Dogs.
Yeah, but we've also answered a lot of questions from people. We've included everybody, and we've tried to answer everybody's query.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been good.
So
Indeed.
anyway, it's that time now. Thank you very much for tuning in to watch us, and please do so next week and the week after that and the week after that. So from me, Marcus, Jackie and Terry, thank you so kindly, and we'll see you again very shortly.
watching the show tonight. See you next time on the Drone Seekers Sunday Show Live.